It's my internet, and I don't understand why, because I'm able to open up stuff in Chrome just fine. Starting with Medusa with Eddie Guerrero's old music. I have MetroNet. Peggy Lee Leather's tag partner in life, Pet Bambi.
This was one of the first matches she had when she came here to WCW. In the fall of last year.
All right, the stream's running just fine. Good. Let's hope it stays running just fine.
And we often forget, because we don't see her in that much competition, just how dangerous and how tough she really is.
Thank you, Optimum Vision. I'm sorry you guys have to see me like this. I'm just
operations for the Dangerous Alliance. Bambi, an outstanding competitor in her own right. And this was a great match.
It just seems like it's been the week from hell for these streams.
Several months ago. Tremendous martial arts blow.
We have not Mike Atkins, Randy Eller, referee, I do believe.
Her kicks and her punches.
To answer goes to Burt Prentice.
She trained in Japan.
Bambi in an outfit best described as Kentucky Wonder Woman.
Many martial arts masters.
What the fuck was that? An ST no from Bambi.
But we have heard so many disturbing things.
I saw plenty of little leaguers tonight, like that Jonathan, with stirrups and short socks.
And she told me about her personal life.
I was at a little league game tonight. Shout out to Noli, first night on the mound, making plays, throwing strikes.
I'm not going to relay what she told me.
Did a hell of a job
earlier this week here on TV. But if you'll call the wrestling hotline, you'll hear exactly what Medusa discussed.
Thank you, Adam. Hopefully it is just a fucking
her personal life, as she calls
bad week for streamers and not just me.
She seems to be very upset at recent things that have happened.
Yeah, they threw him in a real clinch moment because all the kids who they normally go to pitch had pitched because it was a very long game. And the coach was like, "You want to pitch?" And then he outpitched like half of them.
Telling you more about what's on the hotline today as this hour progresses. I know she's
and Noli pitched tonight. He also played second base. Oh shit!
Man, the cameraman, there he went, dropped his camera. But I know she's very busy in her duties as the director of covert operations for Paulie Dangerously.
I'm sorry for being a dick, but it just.
But I would like to see.
I don't know.
Come to WCW.
It just felt like more issues mounting. And I have bad anxiety as is. I'm very sorry. Broken Baller's daddy.
Nice move by Bambi, bringing Medusa outside. Remember, if you just joined us.
Do I think AAA will become NXT Mexico? I think that's the best case scenario, which sucks. I don't want it to become NXT Mexico. But, I mean, if Europe's any indication, they're going to, like, half-ass do something for a year and then just close it up. Like, if they're still running anything in Mexico in a year, I would be stunned. Oh.
And she has a bona fide mean streak.
You wear short shorts? That cameraman wears short shorts.
But Medusa, again, too tenacious and too strong.
Eric's doing well.
For this young.
He's kind of hanging out, being a teenager now.
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Yeah, this is getting a lot of time. Oh, shit. And it seems like they just keep hitting each other for real, which is awesome.
Big matches,
exactly, Brian. That's the WWE globalization strategy. Is to just do enough so that people know that you've been there.
And Medusa, with enough presence of mind, enough ring savvy to put a foot on the rope, He has not been affected by this bulldog. Comes from behind, belly to back suplex with a bridge.
There we go. Medusa wins. Anybody else see Medusa on? What the fuck? You think Nick Patrick would have been able to support her? I'm not saying she's heavy. I'm just saying Nick Patrick's weak. That's going to be a match here in a
What's so
second.
daring about new Prism car polish? It's not how you put it on, but how you take it off.
Introducing new Prism car polish. It's the first and only spray-away approach to car
Patrick would
polishing.
grab her
Just wipe
arms
it
for
on and
balance.
spray it
These
off.
look like
And in
ropes.
half the time, you get a durable shine. No huffing, no puffing, no buffing. New Prism, the only spray-away car polish.
Yeah, I seriously, I know. I give it. I think they'll run the Triplemania show they announced.
A change.
And then it may be like a couple more like quarterly shows. I don't
A diet 7-Up.
like for those who don't know, AAA is more of a booking office than a promotion. That's how most of the big lucha promotions are.
Caffeine
But
diet 7-Up with NutraSweet.
I see them running even
1
less,
calorie uncola. Put some in
and then
your
just
diet.
shutting it down within a year. Yankee Hawk with the Buddy Landell update. As of this airing, he had just debuted in Smoky Mountain and beat Reno Riggins on TV. Thank you, Yankee Hawk.
Super Mario Bros. 3. You can go to any level. Live forever. Jump higher. Make your own
That's not Super Mario Brothers 3. I don't think it's even a game.
Go to any level. Jump higher. Stay bigger. Live forever. Game Genie, the radical video game enhancer.
Inside your smooth-running engine is a torture chamber. And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements for viscosity breakdown. Castrol.
Get it? Penetration.
Castrol provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. After all, why make things tougher on your engine?
Yeah, these days the only time you hear the word radical
GTX, engineered for today's
is when
smaller
old
cars.
farts are trying to say that us lefties are bad.
Wrestling Hotline, the same action number with more fun choices. Hear exclusive updates. Play, become a matchmaker. Listen in on special events.
Are these choices really fun, though?
The WCW Hotline, 1-900-909-9900. For the next 60 days, 99 cents per minute to try all the fun choices.
Ooh, they're running a sale.
99 cents for each additional minute. All daily programming is pre-recorded. Rotary phone callers can access daily updates only. Kids, get your parents okay.
Isn't it wild that Joaquin Wild is just Mexican in WWE?
Devastating, isn't it?
Like, he's Filipino. But in WWE, it's just, oh, he's a Mexican. Like he was on my buddy Martin's podcast, Before the Bell,
Stunning, isn't it?
recently.
Yeah, Starburst with
Um,
fruit juice.
And the subject came up, and he's like, I don't really know if I should be referring to myself as that. Yeah, Joaquin is Filipino. He's not Mexican, but in the WWE, apparently he's Mexican. Hello, Onyx. Just in time for Firebreaker Chip.
Well, Gary Michael Capetta having his problems this morning. I know
Oh,
the
Curtis
feeling, Gary.
Thompson.
Firebreaker
The
Chip
U.S.
brings his way to
mail.
the ring. And now let's go back up to the ring announcer.
Gary Macapetta and Jim Ross frequent the same barber. I hope so. Could you imagine the stories that guy told, that could tell? Thank you, Yankee Hawk. Much appreciated. Yeah. A lot of WCW tag teams were pretty much just strippers. Here we go. JT Southern. So for those who don't know, JT Southern was a bad guy. He was a heel who feuded with Van Hammer because Van Hammer carried a guitar but would not play it. It could not play it.
Well, I'm certainly
JT Southern was like, I'm a real guitar player. Fuck you.
Not.
Oh,
JT
Jim.
Southern, a very brash
Um,
newcomer here in World Championship.
We were supposed to hate JT Southern for knowing how to play guitar.
Was he doing serenading
Yeah, WCW Special Forces, Firebreaker Chip, and Todd Champion, the Army Man. At one point, they were going to have Bill Kazmaier as a cop, and Pez Whatley was going to be the mailman. But Bill Kazmaier got shoved into an angle with the Steiner brothers, or with Rick Steiner particularly. And they were just like, hey, Pez, we can't do your thing.
He's not going to challenge an Eddie Van Halen or a Eric Clapton for Guitarist of the Year.
Are you fucking kidding me, Jim Ross? Jim Ross is over here trying to convince us that he's not really good at guitar.
Will be a bona fide challenge here for
like, we just heard him shred, and Jim Ross is like, this guy, he's no Eddie Van Halen. He's no Eric Clapton. Yeah, well, JT Southern isn't a piece of shit, so... Well, he might be a piece of shit, but I don't know. JT Southern was good enough to have been in Warrant. Great White. JT Southern, this might have been one of his last matches in WCW. He was in and out real quick. He of long yellow hair. The WCW Patriots have a longer run than people remember. Almost a year. Exactly. This guy's good at something other than wrestling. Fuck him. Long and yellow versus short and thinning. Oh!
Good move, great agility. Made an adjustment in there.
Great agility. He jumped over a thing. Oh! The thing is, Van Hammer got like 3 years out of not playing guitar. JT Southern didn't even get 8 weeks.
High impact chop there, and another one. Irish whip to the far side.
Irish whip.
And the Firebreaker dominating this matchup. I hope you'll be with us tonight at 6:05 Eastern, 2 hours of WCW Saturday night. And the Firebreaker made a mistake. Hey, his feet are on the rope.
Though I shut out to JT Southern for wearing kick pads and wrestling shoes. You didn't see that a lot back then.
Well, Southern with a blue light special, a discounted victory to say the least. Using the ropes for the needed leverage.
Why is his outro music legs? Plays himself to the ring, but his outro music is Legs by ZZ Top.
The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, will be my guest co-host on WCW Saturday night. We'll be talking to Sting.
Dun, dun.
We'll tell you more about it in the hour, but right now let's go to the top 10.
Really, I love Kenny Rogers, Mad TV. I love Will Sasso's Kenny Rogers. I'm Kenny Rogers, and this is the catching the bat with my mouth game. Alright, let's see. Taylor Made Man at number 10. Cactus Jack number 9. Barry Windham, Ron Simmons. So far, so good. I'm not arguing. Larry Zbyszko at 6. Dustin Rhodes. Steve Austin at 4. I'm from Derry, bitch. God, Kenny Rogers Jackass is like the best thing Mad TV produced. Yeah, pretty good top 10, all things considered, with where WCW was at that point. So why didn't you do the thing where you're at the end like, oh yeah, Sting's the champion? That could be John. Yeah, Barnes from Minnesota. There we go, Johnny B. Bad. Sure hope everybody that was just groping his thigh was of age. Jesse Curls. Wonder how he got his name. Dun, dun, dun.
The flamboyant Johnny B. Bad.
It's like if they called JT Southern Johnny Blonde.
Curls here on the Power Hour. Fans, don't forget, we'll have that report on Medusa's personal life.
You and BET both, Mike.
In her personal life on the Wrestling Hotline. Also about a report about a disturbing...
A lot of fans waving dollar bills at old Johnny.
Brothers are thinking about leaving WCW. Could that be true? Also,
Jim Ross Advertising on the hotline. You're going to find out who the fuck's getting out of here.
A report on that.
Hey, Cecil. Hello.
Also, some information on the NWA Tag Team Tournament and a career-threatening situation.
Yeah, the color scheme works for Johnny. The pink and the neon green looks good. Randy Anderson, the referee. Oh, look. Didn't notice old Jesse was wearing Evil Knievel gear. I wonder if Bob Cook hit him up in the back. Hey, dude, that's pretty sweet.
Nice clean break there.
Johnny and Firebreaker Chip and Elite for a bachelorette party. Oh my god, he is. That is very Asuka-esque.
Reconciliated their situation.
Nobody is ready for Johnny B. Bad. Oh, hey, Jesse. Oh, shit. Johnny B. Bad was intimidated by Johnny B. Bad's boxing. Had to resort to the feet.
In the inner city in Atlanta, there's a great charity work for underprivileged youngsters.
I think we're already getting a finish.
Johnny B. Bad.
I don't think old Jesse Curls is... Wait.
I've said it before.
Wait, what? I'm so confused by...
Take advantage of any time you get pinned to the body, you do it.
Oh, the high knee. I think Johnny wanted that to be the finish. Randy Anderson's like, nope, I have to uphold the integrity of a Jesse Curls match. The Godfather of American Jesse Curls. There we go.
Indeed, it's impressive, but I think he's making a strategic mistake there.
How was that a mistake? He knocked him out.
The fans don't forget that later tonight on WCW Saturday Night with Dusty Rhodes.
Look at that guy on his date in the second or third row that's just not happy. He brought his girlfriend to watch this tan, muscular god thrust his thong. I was going to say, Cecil, you've been involved in a number of your own weird finishes in your day.
As our power hour continues after this.
It's the superstars of WCW World Championship Wrestling.
All right, they'll be in West Palm Beach
Thursday, April 30th, 7:30.
Thursday or next Thursday.
There you'll see stunning Steve Austin and the Hammer Greg Valentine. The State Fair
Yeah, wrestling fans really want to go see Greg Valentine and another heel.
On the card in Birmingham. The Civic Center, Roanoke, Virginia. Sunday, April 26th at 7:30. Big Van Vader and Sting will be in Roanoke. The Civic Center, Charleston, West Virginia. Saturday, April 25th at 8 o'clock. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the Cruncher Larry Zabisco will be in Charleston. Memorial Gym, Hazard, Kentucky. Friday, April 24th, 8 o'clock with Johnny B. Bad and Barry.
Tickets at the high school and the middle school.
The Auditorium, Bluefield, West Virginia. This Thursday, April 23rd, 7:30. The Steiners and Ravishing Rick Rude will be in Bluefield. And tonight, McAllister Fieldhouse.
Get your tickets at SCAT.
8 o'clock starting time in Charleston.
I did see Nick Patrick on the Tony Atlas Dark Side. Where, yeah, he was just like, yeah, I just was getting fucked up with the boys all the time. Telling the story about that car wreck they got in with Tommy Rich. By the way, I saw Jonathan and I saw Tony Atlas live on Friday at the Black Label Pro Show in Indianapolis. Very awkward. They did a whole match built around Tony's foot fetish. And then at the end, Tony Atlas with his manager Mick Foley get on the mic and tell us that, or Tony at least tells us, that he stands for the pledge and kneels for God or something. Or he stands for the flag and he kneels in prayer. See, so I have a very similar story, but it is, for some reason, I thought there was a Jacksonville, Indiana. And so when they were advertising Wrestle War in Jacksonville, I'm like, I was really mad at my parents for not taking me.
The caffeine-free that's refreshingly smooth. Never harsh or irritating. Diet 7
Yes. And then Tony Atlas did the Pledge of Allegiance after he had done a weird-ass 10-minute foot fetish match with Shaja
All the
McKenzie.
right tools, drive, and determination to build a rock-hard, chiseled body. General Nutrition.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with Ontario, California?
Ultimate body with Phase 1.
That shouldn't be a
Bodybuilding
thing.
System designed specifically for the beginner and intermediate
Dumb.
athlete.
I'm with you,
If you're
Steve.
serious about bodybuilding,
I don't know what Tony Atlas does with those crosses with the American flag. Probably jerks off to it.
Nutrition Centers, the authority in sports nutrition products.
The story continues. WCW Magazine, the official publication of World Championship Wrestling. Awesome!
Tony Atlas got on your ass about not knowing because you called him sir. Oh my gosh. Also,
inside information.
I can't believe they
since we're on the stream and we're all friends here, I can share this story. So I was in line with Noli for him to meet an AEW wrestler at Squared Circle Expo this weekend. And Thunder Rosa was set up like right next to him. Tony Atlas cuts through us line to get to Thunder Rosa. We're not in line for Thunder Rosa, he just like walks through. And very loudly propositions her to step on his face. It's like right there. I'll give you $200. Lay down right here.
With a hearty crunch in every bite. PB Max, we mean peanut butter.
And Thunder Rosa had to very politely and gently tell him she was not going to interrupt her autograph line. You stand on his face. Here we go. Terry Taylor, looking like a real pervert in a blazer, and a bow tie and no pants.
One half of the United States Tag Team Champions, the Tailor-Made Man.
All right, Adam, have a good night. Thanks for joining the time that you could. Really appreciate it.
Hope you'll join Tony Schiavone, Magnum PA, and Missy.
Who's this guy? Can't tell. Yes, the sexy Eddie look. Let's hope Terry doesn't do a balls in his hands moonsault.
And there's more to that story than meets the eye. And I'm going to talk to Paulie Dangerously.
Needs a huge button that says, "No, I am not a model."
Because I know that Dangerously would love to have Big Van Vader as a member of the.
See, these are the conundrums. You gotta ask these American flag dudes.
Taylor double axe handle from behind on Santo.
Oh, it's Larry Santo. I couldn't tell. Grew his hair out a little bit. Normally, Larry Santo's a little more bald. Look at that color combo. Larry Santo's gear. He's got purple trunks with yellow trim over light green leggings. Those don't even look like tights. Those look like leggings. El Santo, yes. And he's got green sweatbands. Not wrist tape, sweatbands. Oh. And with all of those colors, he somehow wears like grody white boots. Yeah, Terry Taylor is hard to care about. Because at his most bombastic, he's just annoying. Oh shit. Like, see, like, he's trying to be all like colorful and stuff, and I just don't want to see him on my screen.
I don't think he cares if he's popular or not. And a man that certainly is extremely popular, at least by most normal folks, is Cactus Jack. And I'll talk to Cactus Jack on my radio.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not on commentary. Fuck those impressions. AWF impressions. They're fucking horrible.
We'll be taking your phone calls beginning at 9 o'clock tomorrow night with the irrepressible.
See, the thing is, Terry Taylor wasn't even a good enough technician to be like a Dean Malenko type.
That's on AM 750 WSB.
Like, he wants to be Ric Flair. So bad.
Program's heard in about 37 states. And there is a Boston Crab.
Kind of keeping up the Rick Mortel motif he had with the Blazer earlier.
Submission maneuver by the tailor-made man. Taylor really dominated Larry Santo.
Or London Lightning. I think future London Lightning is exciting. Oh, Dr. Bomb. He'd have to get that out of his arsenal in about 6 weeks. Doc came into the company.
And again, I really believe when you have the opportunity to
His finish was the 5-arm.
take that opportunity.
It's like a 4-arm, but one better.
Santo trying to fight back. Irish whip far side.
Oh.
Nice power slam. Taylor so technically sound. Just too bad that he's really got an attitude.
Yeah, even his finish, I'm like, ugh. I hate that. The 5-arm? The dad joke.
Really patented by the legendary
he was not in a faction with this gimmick. He had just left the Dangerous Alliance. Not the Dangerous Alliance, the York Foundation. He was like, I need to be he's the only guy I've seen where he turned heel on the heel faction that he was with. Like, I think we watched it on here, I believe. The angle was that Alexander York had sex with him to keep him in the York Foundation. And he's like, no, I'm out. And the fans are like, yeah. He's like, no, I fucking hate you too. And he's the tailor-made man. He should do the 6-arm.
I work for Napa Auto Parts.
Just keep making them better.
It's my job to be sure.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Napa people are parts experts, so they can answer any question, whatever the...
There should be somebody that does the 3-arm. The 4-arm, but one worse.
Championship game. Here's the tip-off. Matumbo controls to Bogues. Bounce pass to Mitchell. He spins behind the back to Charles Smith. He's airborne and jams it from 3
It gets ass with old 47-arm.
6 seconds left. Were the inbounds to Porter at midcourt.
When I was a kid, I thought that this was something you were actually supposed to do with the cards.
Here's the wrap-up. Fleer. A game in every
Like you were like I thought they sold like a little ball in a court, and you could like use the cards to play like that.
Son finished with another brand. Then it rained.
I couldn't figure out why the fuck you would need these pictures of basketball players.
Thanks for a product you can believe in. Marvin Snoddy, Locust Grove, Virginia.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Sinus Allergy takes on the toughest allergies.
This job's got to get done, even if my allergies are killing me. Alka-Seltzer Plus
The
works,
one arm.
even on my pounding sinuses. Stuff works as hard as I do.
Alka-Seltzer Plus, tough medicine for tough allergy symptoms.
Keep rolling with the hard-riding men of the cattle drives, blazing a trail of action throughout the old...
Yeah, that's a Zorro thing, and it also didn't work.
The collector's edition, available for only $4.95 exclusively from Columbia.
Like, you can't turn a heel on another heel to keep them heel.
Saddle up with the
It's
legendary TV Western
too many
the
negatives.
world to Clint Eastwood.
I'm warning you, boy. Don't make me count to 3.
Rawhide, the heroic story
Don't
of
make
a
me
brave
count
band
to
of
3.
riders led by Gil Favor, trail boss, and his trusted ramrod, Rowdy Yates.
His trusted ramrod.
More war than you can handle.
Ready for anything. Rustlers.
Isn't that Colonel Rob Parker and his trusted
You
ramrod?
never know what's waiting for you on the Rawhide Trail. To order, just call this toll-free number and enjoy complete uncut excitement. To get your first 2-hour, 2-episode video, call this toll-free number. Credit card orders...
$5 to get Rawhide on VHS. Ram Ranch. Yeah,
with real fruit juice.
It should have been Scorpio's hometown.
It takes all the right tools, drive, and determination. To
Darren Corbin kind of did that. They used to announce Darren Corbin as being from the Dude Ranch because he's hung like a horse. What if one man gang turned on himself?
For the beginner and intermediate athlete. If you're
I have to think
start with
that has to be coming in Mystery Wrestling
Help sculpt
at some
your
point.
ultimate body with General Nutrition Centers, the authority.
Like, we've had Cecil Pitt himself. We've had London Lightning time travel.
I feel like I'm buying a used car.
The two-man gang.
All hands stand by
wackiest chip in the Army. 8:05 Eastern tonight on TV.
The wackiest ship in the Army.
Thanks for staying with us, everyone. Jim Ross back
What
on
a
the
title.
Power Hour. We're going to take a look at a piece of videotape courtesy of WCW Worldwide Wrestling. Tony
I love that he
Schiavone
said
and Jesse
courtesy of
Bobby
WCW Worldwide, like
when
it's
Marcus
a
Alexander
different company.
Bagwell challenged Big Van Vader. This was a phenomenal
I saw
experience
One Man
for
Gang this
Bagwell,
weekend.
to say the least. And then the heavyweight champion of the world, the Stinger.
Didn't recognize him at first because dude is like hairless. Like no eyebrows, no hair on his head. Was the one man band? Was the one man gang a Blood or a Crip? I think he was that meme of the guy who's tying the red and the blue hankies together. Here we go, Marcus Bagwell with his high school band pants. Hey, GMAT fan, hello. I'm glad to be here because I didn't think I would about 30 minutes ago. The Brip. There's Vader. Very hairless Vader, too. Well-shaven Vader. Big Van Vader. Drinks his one-man tang. Randy Anderson referee. I don't think we've seen Nick Patrick tonight. Not complaining.
He wrestles pretty well for a young rookie, and he does a lot of things well, but he's obviously a stupid fool. I mean, for a rookie to step in the ring.
Yeah, Sting Vader fucking rules. One of the best babyface heel pairings ever. Did Vader wash his gear? It looks pretty clean. He in general looks clean here. A rare big boot from Vader. Yeah, Bill Watts didn't come in for I think another month after this.
You know, this kid's pretty. He's got that pretty face. All the girls swoon over him. He's going to look worse than Vader when this is over.
Nick Patrick in rope rehab.
With a tremendous clothesline. You think we're looking at the next world heavyweight champion?
I think we well could be, because I'll tell you.
Oh.
You know, Sting just won that title. Look at that. Vader picked him up. He could have won it right
No,
there.
no, no,
Sting
no, no,
just
no.
won that title.
No, 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 no.
In his first defense, he picks this guy. He might be even dumber than Bagwell.
I don't know about it. I'm not going to.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness. I wasn't going to say anything about that comment. I don't need to. Oh, for Christ. What is he trying to accomplish here?
He's looking for a workout, I imagine.
Randy Anderson's like, stop. Or he'll be Rookie of the Year again.
He is just too much. The most powerful man, without a doubt, in WCW.
Ooh.
The Vader bomb. Right into Bagwell. Oh, look at this.
Staggers out, catches a left-handed close.
Buff is a YouTuber now. Buff has a YouTube channel where he interviews problematic wrestlers like Matt Riddle and Enzo Amore. And he posts about going to jail. I'm sure he'll eventually be a VTuber. That looks snuffsky. I love that Vader just had a dozen different moves that looked violent enough that he could end any match with them.
The kid is hurt. He's not moving.
Yeah, you can bet he's hurt. He's gonna hurt.
I don't think he's been an escort for a while.
He's not. Oh no.
Ooh. Woo.
Look at the man who says he feels no pain. He fears no man. Oh my goodness. I can't believe we need to get some officials or something to clear him out of the ring. The referee's gonna get out of his way.
He's going up the ropes on him.
I love when Vader whistles.
Bye, rookie. So
Vader whistling is so funny, but he did it all the time. Ugh.
He could crush a rib cage like that.
He could crush a rib cage like that.
I'll tell you what, Sting should be ashamed of himself for sending this kid into the ring to do his job for him.
Here he comes. Sting's gonna pull him out.
Yeah, what if he's paralyzed and Sting just fucked up his spine permanently? by pulling him out of the ring like that. Yeah, I love Jesse being like, yeah, this kid's probably going to the hospital. Oh, Grizzly Smith. I said kid, and Grizzly Smith appeared. Nick Patrick is so confused. He's grabbing anything rope-shaped. God, if Vader would have dove on the floor from the ropes. Shoving that microphone into his mouth. I love when guys get way too close with the mic. That was Grizzly Smith. Grizzly Adams is the guy that lived in the woods. Grizzly Smith should have lived in the woods. Pervert. Nick Patrick holding onto the ropes even when doing a pull apart. Look at this lazy shit. Patrick's fucking, I can't do. Oh shit! Did Sting do top rope missile drop kicks regularly? Like, I don't remember that, but that was perfect. No, and they did a confrontation in February where Vader, like, injured him. Yes, Grizzly is Jake the Snake and Rockin' Robin's dad, and Sam Houston. Traumatized a lot of people in wrestling.
Co-host will be the former three-time World's Heavyweight Champion, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. But I've said it many times. Perhaps I'm getting redundant. How can even the Stinger
Perhaps, Jim.
overcome a 200-pound weight disadvantage?
Yeah, Bowling for Dollars. If you're not a YouTube member, go check that out. Go become a YouTube member. I put up a sample of that. If you wanted to, what the fuck was Jim Ross's face there?
Slick 50 protects the vital moving parts of your engine for up to 50,000 miles.
Yeah, the host of Bowling for Dollars would not let that microphone get close to anybody.
Introducing the next step in
Yeah, somebody should absolutely do like a backstage bit where they just, the guy doing the save just gets lost.
America's Watch.
Help your eyes with Clear Eyes eye drops. They get rid of the redness, and unlike the leading eye drop,
how can you possibly beat Vader? He's too big. Soap and water. Tecmo, thank you for upping your sub. Appreciate that a whole ton.
World Championship Wrestling presents Wrestle War 92 War Game. A flip of the coin determines the balance of power. Sting leads his squadron against the maniacal forces of Paul E's Dangerous Alliance. Wrestle War 92.
Also, thank you to the WPAN for upping your sub while I was having my issues a little bit ago. I appreciate you a ton. Doing.
Call your local cable operator for availability.
Rockin' Robin is doing great. She was on the Grizzly Smith's Dark Side of the Ring.
Just because I was small. But I was working out.
And she was the most normal person on there by far.
By senior year, milk had made a difference. Pardon me, guys.
Pardon me, guys. I'm gonna go
Pardon me, guys.
fuck somebody that I was dreaming about when I was 12. Randomaniac, thank you for upping that sub.
Does a body good.
Hype Train, Tutu. It's a great pay-per-view, Wrestle War 92. Very top-heavy. But that last, like, hour and a half is tremendous.
Get your old video games out of the closet and play them like new with Game Genie.
Vader stopped washing. My impression is Vader stopped washing his gear once he became, like, a top guy in WCW. He's like, I'm making money now, I don't have to wash my clothes. Pardon me, guys, I'll have to nail your moms. Hey, it's Joe Weider. That guy that nobody at home would know. What the? Look at them titties. That's like a great rack that dude has.
Then I take Mega Mass 2000 to help pack on mass fast. Over 2,000 calories per serving makes it the biggest weight gainer ever. Right, guys? Right.
GNC.
Then I shove some Deca in my butt cheek. It's Joe's wiener.
Discover a powerful name in aspirin-free pain relief.
It took away my headache. Aspirin-free Anacin worked as well as Tylenol.
Like Tylenol, aspirin-free Anacin.
They sell gas at GNC, but you can't get it at the counter. You have to
Now I have
It's kind of like the secret menu at In-N-Out, where you have to like know the code word for what you're ordering.
Nope, the PB means peanut butter, covered in milk chocolate with a hearty crunch in every bite. PB Max, we mean peanut butter.
PB Max.
Baseball 92, today on CNN.
Baseball 92. Hey, it's Missy.
I'm Missy Hyatt, and this is Missy Does the Mail. The war between ravishing Rick Rude.
See, you're supposed to respect her now because she wears glasses.
In the last
And therefore,
few days.
she's smart.
Last week, we documented that the Dragon had suffered a broken nose at the hands of the United States champion. This videotape is so graphic that it had to be censored by WCW. This incident was one of the bloodiest.
I've mentioned it before. I love
Here's what happened when the normally
how Missy has to over-enunciate every syllable
for the Dragon.
when she's a TV host. Yes, I'm very excited to see the Eddie Gilbert Dark Side. I'll watch it tomorrow. Hello, Alan. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, that would have been nuts. I don't think it was actually ever, like... I tried to leave enough skepticism at the end that, like, it was absolutely a story floated around. I don't know if they're blurring his face. Like they wrote a slur. Oh no.
Competing with a protective device on his face.
Yeah, Missy was there. She was there all weekend. She was tucked away in the corner.
WCW officials are very concerned about
She was hanging out with Maki Ito.
Steamboat's frame of mind. As a matter of fact,
I'm gonna mute myself for just a second. I need to blow my nose.
State recently on WCW Saturday Night. He was being interviewed by Jim Ross and WCW Executive Vice President K. Allen Fry about his feud with the Ravishing One when this uncharacteristic incident...
K. Allen Fry, maybe the most underrated wrestling executive in history.
Ricky, I hear what you're saying, okay? And Jim, I don't
He
know if you
treated
agree with me or
wrestlers
not,
like
but I feel
people.
that there are some personal things creeping in here. I really feel like you're starting to take what's going on at home and bringing it into the ring. You said that you fear that what's happening at home, I'm bringing it into the ring. Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, the photo op was supposed to be during the weekend. They weren't doing photo ops at the show. That's what that meant.
That's what's been going on. My little 4-year-old boy. Take a look at this mug. Take a look at his daddy every day in and day out. That's what I've got to deal with.
Exactly, Matt. How dare K. Allen Fry want to give work-based incentives?
Dramatically affected by the Dragon's incident with Rude, especially when his face was rearranged. My sources tell me...
My sources say that I am trying to over-enunciate to lose my
This has really
accent.
pushed Steamboat over the edge, and I think it will adversely affect his chances of
Adversely
winning the US title.
rearranged.
If WCW has a staff shrink, Ricky Steamboat needs an appointment. I'm Missy Hyatt, and this is
The funny thing is, I know, I think WWE has one. I know AEW has, like, multiple staff therapists.
Thursday, April 30th, 7:30 at the South Florida Fairgrounds. There you'll see stunning Steve Austin and the Hammer, Greg
Headline:
Valentine.
Dick Blood's child afraid to be held by father.
Tuesday, April 28th.
It's like she doesn't know English, or she doesn't think we know English.
Virginia. Sunday, April 26th at 7:30, Big Van Vader and Sting will be in Roanoke. The Civic Center, Charleston.
I'd be pissed if I'm all these other towns. Roanoke, they're advertising the top feud.
Memorial Gym, Hazard, Kentucky.
All right, Brian, with the fashion knowledge. If this Project Runway memory serves, Missy was wearing something called a pussy bow.
The Steiners and Ravishing Rick Rude will be in Bluefield.
Hey, Elias. Again, you can get your tickets at SCAT.
Big Van Vader, 8 o'clock starting time in Charleston.
I am here to host the pro wrestling show. Please take me to your leader.
Here's highlights from the Fleer NBA Championship
Also,
game.
was that dude bending that lady over the car?
He's airborne and jams it from three-point land. Alley-oop to boom.
I am here to grapple. Here, that's a shitty venue. Scat, yeah. Oh, hey, it's Brooke Shields. Is that Cecil Fielder? Corbin Burnson? Yeah, that's who I thought it was. Malcolm Jamal Warner?
Look for the stars, and you'll find...
It's like a couple of athletes, and then just whatever sitcom stars were available.
Conditions. It's great.
There's a shampoo commercial for you, Brian.
This one said it had conditioner in it, but my hair told a different story.
Some 2-in-1s don't lather as well or leave hair feeling as clean.
Yeah, I don't know much about baseball, but I know that Cecil Fielder fucking ruled.
Leaves hair clean and completely
Or Cecil.
conditioned.
So now
It's
when I go to
Cecil,
my
right?
club, my Pert Plus goes with me.
Pert Plus. There's no 2-in-1.
It's spelled Cecil, but I think it's pronounced Cecil.
Hey, look, it's Joe Weider.
I've got two fantastic ways.
Power Hour at this point aired Saturday mornings at 9 a.m.
Before I work out, I go to General Nutrition and get
Titties. Is it Cecil? It's spelled Cecil, but I swear I've heard people pronounce it Cecil.
to help pack on mass fat. Over 2,000 calories per serving.
Cecil. 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 I thought it was Cecil. Okay.
GNC,
I thought
the
so.
authority in sports nutrition.
Yeah, I
products.
saw that there's a Cecil Fielder Jr. active.
Baseball? No, thanks. I'm gonna chill. Dude, wanna get some rock and roll tonight? Nah, I'm just gonna hang. Hey, man, wanna do some skateboarding at the mall? Nah, I'm not into it.
You thought smoking pot would take you.
I pronounced it correctly.
So
Prince
how come you're
Fielder,
going-
yes. Why did I think it was Cecil Fielder Jr. was his name? Again, I don't know much about sports.
Next on TBS, shoot the rapids with fearless jungle.
Yeah, 10:05 a.m.
National Geographic Explorer.
Wrestling was on before National Geographic or Bonanza.
By vengeful outlaws on Bonanza, here on TBS.
Yeah, this is that point. I was talking about it with somebody on Twitter last week, where at least one time on every TV show every week, they would just have some sort of Dangerous Alliance tag match, and it was always great. That's awesome. I would watch more baseball if home run celebrations were more like that. Bow, bow. Larry's looking around like, are there any women for me to complain about? By the way, to clear up today's scandal on social media, Paul Heyman is not engaged to a 22-year-old. That lady that he's in the TikTok with is like 35, and she is a model that works for his Looking for Larry agency. I do not believe they're actually together. Yeah, somebody started a rumor that Paul Heyman was engaged to a 22-year-old because he did a TikTok with a very young-looking model.
Demeaning remarks.
Yeah, Heyman's 27 here.
Athlete, the United States heavyweight champion, ranked #1 in WCW top 10, but he has a fire-breathing dragon ready to take his head.
Let's see what weird-ass team they wrestle.
Introducing first from Minnesota, weighing 200.
From Minnesota. The Z-Man from Minnesota. Blind Brian, the Z-Man, Big Josh, and Ron Simmons. What fucking weird-ass shit is it? Literally, it's like, who was left in the locker room? Also, I love that they all came out to Big Josh's song. Like, he was the big star of the four. Totally isn't New Japan. Like, this is like a Road 2 main event. Big Josh had very nice hair for a guy that allegedly hung out in the woods all the time. I think he was a Tom Sink with a C.
Disturbing rumor about the Steiners. Are they leaving WCW?
Not yet.
And a update on the light heavyweight.
Arn, I believe, was one half of the tag champs with Bobby.
Having to deal with. That and more on the wrestling hotline until midnight tonight as Big Josh starts out against beautiful Bobby Eaton, one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Beautiful Bobby, one of the most decorated.
Born Again fucking ruled. And it sucks that he fucked that gig up.
So well, the great matches he had as a member of the Midnight Express with
Doink and Damn, along with Pillman and Z-Man.
Stan Lane and with Dennis Condrey. He has had great success for many, many years.
Nick Patrick grabbing that damn rope.
His all-time best with Arn Anderson.
Bobby Eaton disgusted.
Because they have successfully defended the World Tag Team Championship for many, many months now.
Oh, wow. Great bump. Holy shit. Bobby Eaton's here to work.
Ollie dangerously trying to make sure the beautiful Bobby's all right. He may have busted his lip.
That was awesome. Bobby eating the pussy. Bobby was never in WWE. I was reminded yesterday, though, Bobby Eaton did have one match in TNA. He wrestled Kid Cash in, I believe, 2003.
Is on sale now nationwide. A double cover issue. The War Games teams on the covers.
One of the all-time great wrestling magazines is that edition of WCW magazine with the flow, not the flow chart, the line chart showing all the different alliances and feuds in that War Games. No, Kid Cash beat Bobby Eaton.
Z-Man was a guest on my radio program last Sunday. As I mentioned earlier, my guest tomorrow night on AM 750 WSP will be Cactus Jack. Nice move by the Z-Man. Atomic drop. And Big Josh.
I always love this when you do an atomic drop to a heel in like one of these big matches with a bunch of partners, and then it can like bounce around the other guys in the corner. Yeah, there are very few scenarios where Bobby Eaton's not having a good match.
Whether it be a tag team or single matches. Look at Ron Simmons and Fly-In Bryant. There's the tag. And here comes the cruncher.
Yes, Bobby put over Kid Cash, yep.
Who has been under some scrutiny in recent weeks. Even though Danielson won't admit it. Great movement by the Z-Man, scooping up the veteran from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko. Next week,
The other 7 are doing great. There's the Z-Man. He's trying his best.
Look forward to that as Ron Simmons stepped in with the United States Heavyweight.
Yeah, I think that RVD Vinny Vegas match is on the WWE YouTube randomly. Yep, Bobby Eaton, the idea was he was supposed to be a full-time partner with Danny Doring and Roadkill. I don't like that. I like that. No, Ron Simmons and Rick Rude did not have a feud. They kind of had a feud at the end of '92, leading into Starrcade, but then Rude got hurt. Yep, right, exactly. Yeah, but Paul just could not afford Bobby or anybody who wanted a paycheck.
Saturday night, Steamboat was certainly
Nick, they're not doing anything. You can let go of the
in my
ropes.
estimation. I'm not disagreeing with what he said, but his tone, his expression, his mood was...
God, I miss when two big, strong men can just lock fingers and pretend to struggle like this. And it would be the height of drama.
With Ron Simmons, but the United States heavyweight champion testing him here. But he's bumping and grinding.
I always loved when Rick Rude would shake his dick in a dude's face.
Boy, Rude from Robbinsdale, Minnesota is so tough. He and Steamboat scheduled to meet again in a return match, and now Simmons with the upper hand.
Oh, those are slower and more circumference on those wiggles. I love Rick Rude. Rick Rude's like the toughest man alive at that point. And he's not afraid to just look like a total cantaloupe. Nick Patrick picks his nose, he's right back to that rope.
And quite frankly, if this, we're going to talk about that on the hotline, about the problems he's had. Nice hip drop takeover. Good drop kick. Nice extension of the legs. And beautiful Bobby now. Wrong part of the ring. Lion Brian, the chops, tags in his former.
Yeah, Rick Rude wouldn't have had to have done a lot to be a babyface. People wanted to like Rick Rude.
Scoops up beautiful Bobby. And Anderson in. Was he tagged? I'm not so sure Anderson was tagged. I think not.
Like, watch, we find out someday that Nick Patrick had been, like, hiding vertigo. And we're all just assholes for making fun of him. Random ass spine buster. Was he even legal? Shit. That finish was completely out of nowhere. It couldn't count.
Well, this one really got chaotic.
Yeah, and the right man took the pin.
And it was over in a hurry.
Like, that was a mess, but in, like, a good way.
Thanks very much for being with us here this morning on the
Love Jim's stunned reaction to the graphic.
Nikita Koloff, 2 out of 3 falls with Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko. I know there's a great deal of pressure on Mr. Zbyszko to eliminate
Mr.
Nikita
Zbyszko.
Koloff. Can he do it today and satisfy the Dangerous Alliance? Only time will tell. Plus, tomorrow on the main event, big-time matchup.
Yeah, Larry. I don't think Larry actually got in.
Rude together. What could that mean?
But before we go to the second episode real quick, here's a preview of what we'll be watching, hopefully, as long as my computer and my internet stay intact. This Sunday. The Sunday return of Off the Grid, Sunday at 8 p.m.
You and me, brother, in the ring alone. And you know what's going to happen. The money's always in the Dice's boots. And it's going to be the gold around the Dice's waist.
All right, so that is coming up Sunday.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the
Ronnie Vegas, the Dice Man.
Says there's trouble in paradise. We'll find out more in
We watched some.
We'll see the Steiner brothers in
We watched some Pro Wrestling Fever last year, in a very early Off the Grid.
This morning on the Power Hour.
What looks more 1987 than 1995 Indianapolis? Exactly, Brian. No, we watched some PWI Wrestling Fever last year. It was real bad, so we're gonna watch some more Sunday. The old Dice Man. Dude used to wrestle in a shirt that said "Die Yuppie Scum" for no fucking reason. I've been streaming on YouTube for a little over a year. Been on YouTube, yeah, since started doing the shorts October of last year. Oh, he moved to Florida. Wow, good for him. DDP. Hey, there's Ricky. I'm about to scold some dudes for not catching a dive. Oh shit. DDP's about to get hurt real bad. The shorts do stupid numbers. Like stupid good numbers. Yeah, Ronnie Vegas is a legend around these parts in Indiana. I'll talk about it more Sunday, but Ronnie, I got some Ronnie Vegas stories. He's heel Richard Morton, but the York Foundation had broken up. So he's just Richard without a corporation behind him. Yeah, the shorts do way bigger numbers in the streams. Like the stream VODs do like a couple thousand views, but it's not unheard of for my shorts to do like 75,000 to 100,000 in a week, or per short rather per week. Like, hey, look, wrestling. Could you imagine, even in a predetermined nature, having Scott Steiner trying to pin you? I'm Tom Green, and this is why Scott Steiner eats ass. Thank you, Refs as Wizards, and thank you everybody who said nice things about the shorts. Oh shit! Again, even though I know the finish is predetermined, if Scott Steiner were to have pointed at me like that after throwing a man, I would have shit myself. By the way, the weirdo who runs Scott Steiner's Twitter has started a Rick Steiner Twitter as well. Now they both have bad Twitter accounts. I hope there are aspiring wrestlers that watch my stuff and go, hey, I should do that. Or in the case of some of the WCW ones, don't do that. Mike Adkins holding onto the ropes.
Page could use a trip to Floyd Lawson's barber shop, I think.
Just like spit the gum and then smack it with his mullet. Thank you for the sub, Getting Melt. Appreciate that prop sub, baby. Got a lot to put in my syringe tonight and stab it in my butt cheek. I would watch that. That would be a prestige drama. The Gambler is a domino hustler in Florida.
Football block and maybe the antics of Diamond Dallas Page. That was a high five, not a tag.
How do you differentiate?
Returning to center stage this Monday, Randy Owens of the legendary country music group Alabama will be a part of our program.
I appreciate it, Getting Melt. Thank you so much. The DDP had just started wrestling about 5-6 months before this. Oh. All right. Buddy Landell, 2 days before this aired, won a Battle Royal, a Smoky Mountain show. Featured in all the Smoky Mountain greats. Buddy Landell doing very well for himself. Hello, Mello. Glad to have you. Have you here with the gang. As opposed to Nick Patrick, who's exercising his ring finger by wrapping it around a cable.
Page trying a lot of offense. Not too
Oh shit. Oh! He fucking hurt him on purpose. That sucks. A fucking shoot and inverted atomic drop to the butthole.
In winning the World Tag Team Championship, and Page catching the dog face unaware with a clothesline.
That's, again, even though you're giving him the leap, still scary that he could catch up that big out of the sky. Oh! There we go. Yeah, it's crazy that that guy who just got pinned has saved so many lives in wrestling. Yeah, at least it wasn't a doomsday bulldog, thank goodness. Very cool. Pinky the Brain's great. Hopefully the sound comes back. There we go.
Now, little spike-headed one. First lesson.
Thank you for the follow, the unrated demon.
Lesson number 2.
Maybe you're Del Torborg, but with nudity.
Now we take Butterfinger break.
And you're very, very kind to me.
Get a crispity,
Thank you.
crunchity, peanut buttery burst in every bite of Butterfinger.
Lesson number 3. Nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger.
Isn't it funny when that child cripples people?
Your diet routine.
I don't remember having seen a Butterfinger in forever.
At regular intervals.
But I'm also not a candy person.
Diet 7-Up, the Uncola. With no aftertaste, it's a clear change from the everyday. Caffeine-free Diet 7-Up with NutraSweet, the 1-calorie Uncola. Put some in your diet.
Oh, they just launched a new Butterfinger.
Is 3/4 of an inch by 3/4 of an inch square.
Question from the chat: is Pinky really the genius and the Pinky and the Brain parent?
Jolly Rancher candy, the great taste of fruit, squared.
It's kind of a chicken and the egg thing because, yeah, none of Brain's plans ever work.
And under these grueling conditions, only one leading motor oil in every grade meets the world's toughest requirements.
So is Pinky really smarter for not coming up with such dumb plans?
Against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol. After all, why make things tougher on your engine? Castrol GTX,
climax.
engineered for today's smaller cars.
This is where it happened. The breakthrough in urethane chemistry that created a car polish so technologically advanced, one application lasts an entire year. Finish 2001. The car polish
Finish
only once
2001?
every 12 months.
So this
If
is
no
a
car is badly
WCW.
neglected, its finish appears destroyed. With no rubbing, no buffing, Finish 2001 with its urethane
So it's like
formula
that tantric
safely brings
stuff.
back the showroom shine, a rich, deep gloss shine that lasts an entire year. We tested Finish 2001 against other leading polishes, even some that claim to protect your car against fire or against acid. And the test results? Nothing, but nothing protects or shines better than Finish 2001, the 12-month car polish with a 100% money-back guarantee.
Finish 2001
Available
is
at
available at these fine stores.
Pick and Save.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Power Hour here on TBS, and thanks very much for being with us.
Like, again, are they flashing a gun at them before they go back live?
A very interesting Missy Does the Mail. She says there's trouble in paradise as it
There's
relates
trouble
to the Dangerous
in
Alliance,
paradise.
specifically Larry the Cruncher Zbyszko. He and Paul E. Dangerously had some very stern words with each other before we went off the air last Saturday night on the WCW Saturday Night broadcast. I'll talk more about that in a few moments, but right now, let's go to the ring.
Let's see who's coming out now. Tag team event. More important than a match. Hey, what did I say? More dangerous alliance. That's a great side. Larry's mad because it suggests that his wife shouldn't do that chore. You think JT Southern and Steve Austin ever got confused for each other in the locker room? See which goobers? Oh, look. Scotty Allen. They found two guys smoking outside of a grocery store and were like, hey, you guys want to wrestle?
Last week on WCW,
Brian.
Dangerously and Larry Zbyszko had some very bitter words, and apparently things have been settled. Or at least it seems as if they have.
First lady at WCW, Missy Hyatt.
Missy's gonna respond, hey, Medusa.
I don't know what that job pays. I think it's an unpaying position.
Brian Turner's channel rules. Shout out Brian Turner. I think he's taking a little bit of a break from the internet, but all of his stuff on his YouTube channel, Brian Turner's VHS Rehab, is great.
Honored to have another veteran of the National Football League and a native of Pittsburgh. Bill Fraley.
What would you like on your trunk, France?
WCW Saturday night. K. Allen Fry and
All right, Steve, baby.
Yours truly will be participating in the Bill Fralick Celebrity Golf Tournament that'll be held in Pittsburgh.
We did not. And I meant to, but then my internet was being an asshole, and I got all distracted in that. Yeah, big bummer this week. Steve Mongo McMichael passed away. Great football player, Hall of Famer. Oh, kick in the dick. I loved him as a wrestler because he wrestled exactly like Mongo should have, as I mentioned in my short about him. He was very funny. Like, his promos are like so funny in hindsight. I love them. Yeah, shout out Mongo, R.I.P. Pour one out to a real one. Well-endowed lesbian, as we watched about 6 months ago in that interview. The interview's fucking unreal.
But from what I can tell, he and Dangerously have
May he be the most well-endowed lesbian in heaven. Oh, shit! I don't remember Larry Zbyszko doing a brainbuster. And that's the thing, like, every wrestler that worked with Mongo fucking loved him. Because he was a wrestler in every way but wrestling before he even started wrestling. Then he started taking bumps, and it's like, everyone fell in love with him.
This is our Castrol High Performance of the Week. Castrol is engineered for
He's a sweet-ass brainbuster.
and fans, when we come back, we'll see Todd Champion and Vinny Vegas go one-on-one.
Don't threaten me with a good time, Jim Ross. Yes, I think it was Kevin Nash U-Shoot, where someone asked him about Mongo, expecting him to like bury him. And Nash was like, no, Mongo's like a real fucking dude. Battle of the Underdogs was off and on from, I think, beginning of November 92 until end of January. But again, it would come in spurts. Like, they would do like 3 or 4 in a row. And then take a few weeks off and then like a few more in a row. So,
in Chicago. The Civic Center, Saginaw, Michigan. Saturday, May 2nd at 8 o'clock. Bay City's own.
exactly. What about his in-ring? Who gives a fuck? He's great to drink with.
This Friday, May 1st, 7:30 bell time. Stunning Steve Austin.
That's what I always heard about Mongo, was everybody loved him. They loved him so much that his in-ring was never a thing. Hey, Michael. Thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated, my dude.
Dustin Rhodes, Beatable Bobby in Birmingham. The Civic Center, Roanoke, Virginia, tomorrow night, 7:30. Larry the Cruncher Zabisco and Barry Windham on a gigantic card in Roanoke. And tonight, 8 o'clock, Charleston Civic Center in Charleston.
Yeah, nobody said shit about him getting that U.S. title.
Big card in Charleston.
Because he would have beat their ass.
On TBS, I am the chosen one. Some stories are so terrifying.
That's awesome. I love that. Brian mentioning back when he worked at Spike TV, he was working a Bellator event. Mongo was there, and he got a mark photo with him. And Mongo being a real cool dude, Mongo waited around for Brian to finish his work. Also, we're advertising the story of Jim Jones during WCW Power Hour.
Prosecution is leading the witness.
Dude, Mongo, people loved Mongo. Mongo was really fucking
came from that car.
And how can you be sure?
I work for Napa Auto Parts. It's my job to be sure.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Napa people are parts experts, so they can
Napa
answer any
people?
question, whatever the case
Sounds like
may
a
be.
slur.
Now it's available. The full menu WCW Wrestling Hotline. The same action number with more fun choices. Hear exclusive updates.
Wow.
Play Become a Matchmaker. Listen in on special events.
Become a matchmaker.
Explodes with fun. The WCW Hotline. 1-900-909-9900. For the next 60 days, 99 cents per minute to try all the fun choices. Thereafter, price will be $149 for the
All the
first minute,
fun
99 cents for each
choices.
additional minute. All daily programming is
I want the
recorded. Rotary phone calls
bad
and access
choices.
Daily updates only. Kids, get your parents okay before making this call. The new Interactive Champion.
Phone tag with Van Hammer. Totally not fake wrestling. Thank you so much for the follow.
Sparkling? Yeah, well, we like that. Can you do cold sparkling vanilla? Do A&W
That ROH helpline or whatever that thing was.
NutraSweet.
Fucking
How you cold
ridiculous.
sparkling vanilla taste? Very smooth.
When you come from a small town, you've got nowhere to go but up.
You know, all those Olympic gymnasts that are just throwing M&Ms down on the sidelines.
M&M's, the milk chocolate melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Worldwide sponsor of the 1992 Olympic Games.
I don't have to win. I've already.
Crocodile Dundee in the audience.
The PB in PB Max doesn't mean penguin black belt.
Pretty boobies.
Nope, the PB means peanut butter.
Penis
Covered in milk
buffer.
chocolate with a hearty crunch in every bite.
Is that guy just wearing a coonskin cap?
From Vidal Sassoon, Ultra Care. The benefits of a shampoo, conditioner, and finishing rinse in one. The finishing rinse helps seal and protect hair from styling stress. Brilliant. Sassoon Care for salon quality hair.
Very shiny hair. Speaking of shiny hair, comes Kevin Nash here in a second. Hey, look, it's our gayest Marine.
Welcome back, everyone, to TBS and the Power Hour. Don't forget to join Tony Schiavone, Magnum PA, along with Missy Hyatt, Eric Bischoff, and yours truly on the WCW main event tomorrow, 6:05 Eastern Time.
Oh, PB Max is Nutrageous. What a fucking name for a candy, by the way. Nutrageous. There's the Vin Man. It's awesome to me that Dusty Rhodes saw this 7-foot monster dripping with charisma and is like, you know what you make me think of? Have you seen My Blue Heaven? Steve Martin movie? You should do that.
Will air during the WCW main event tomorrow here on PBS. The
Yeah, his gimmick was just that he was, really good at gambling? Was I a Todd Champion or a Firebreaker Chip guy? I was a Bob Cook guy. I was a Joey Maggs guy. So you're like, how do you see Todd Champion in that get up and not think stripper?
Gymnasium. Very well developed physique.
Also, poor Kevin Nash had to wrestle in a dress shirt, tucked in slacks.
WCW national television taping.
Exactly right. You don't fucking win when you gamble.
Will be with us. Tickets are free.
All right, Stephen J. Neptune Man this week in history. The Cavs beat the Nets to take a 2-0 series lead in their Eastern Conference first-round match. In the playoffs, the Rangers beat the Devils 3-0, tied their Prince of Wales Conference series. Lost the rest, but I can tell you the number one song in America was Jump by Crisscross. I want to turn my shirt backwards. That was a Mark Starr guy. Yeah, exactly, Jonathan.
Consequently, I would say champion would be favored in this contest as a result of that. One factor.
Mike Adkins went to the school of the refereeing school of Nick Patrick. The number one movie was Basic Instinct. Thank you. Thank you.
Champion has been wrestling in more one-on-one matches in recent weeks.
I think the gambler gimmick came about like a year after this. Like they really just wanted a guy on the roster whose gimmick was that he knew how to count cards. Also, big fan of Nash yawning in the full Nelson. Just shitting all over his baby face. Love it. Also, why the fuck does he have the Olympic rings on his tights? He's a serviceman of some kind. What the fuck does that have to do with the Olympics?
Big crowd on hand for this particular contest. We're happy you're with us wherever you are here this great Saturday morning.
Why I oughta?
These guys giving it very basic.
Yeah, you can't actually use the Olympic rings. You have to do a cheap ripoff. As I believe Logan Paul and KSI found out. But the champion and Olympic champion, sure. The Goodwill Games rings. 92 was an Olympic year, but what the fuck did Todd Champion have to do with the Olympics that year? If the answer is he's American, then why doesn't everybody else on the roster put the Olympic rings on their tights?
Until midnight tonight. Bear hug applied by Benny Vegas.
This is insane.
This match has been basically contested from a vertical position. As we said, both these men, as we look at this great crowd.
Look at this great crowd watching this bear hug.
Neither man extremely refined or
Jim Ross.
skills are not at a level.
Completely shitting on them on commentary. Neither of these guys are refined or especially good at wrestling. he said that.
You gotta neutralize the lower torso of your opponent.
Todd Champion had WWF tryouts after this too. And Vince was like, no thank you. You suck too much. What the fuck? I think Kevin Nash just nutted on his leg.
I understand. We're collegiate athletes of some sort. Vegas background has been kept a little secretive. So I guess they'll reveal that.
Like at least for like most of those type of matches that you guys are talking about, like you would say Bowling Shoe Ugly. These guys, he's just straight up saying they're not any good. Think about how bad you have to be that Jim Ross can't even use like his veiled reference to you sucking. Like he's not even subtly shitting on it.
Applying pressure to the lower back, but Vinny Vegas rakes the eyes. That's not very scientific, but very effective.
Again, this guy sucks at wrestling, but hey.
Side slam. Vegas on top. He didn't hook the leg, and he doesn't get the 3. And now
Oh yeah, Turner was all about the Dream Team, but he wasn't about to send them to do an appearance in WCW. It's WCW. They aired everything. By the way, I think Vinny Vegas's character is supposed to be from Jersey, not Vegas. But either way, both of those states, or those cities, states and cities, are in America. They are in the USA. Oh yeah!
Well, we're going to put him on the spot tonight. On WCW Saturday night. Champion miscue there.
Oh! That was rough. All tangled up in the ropes. Like, Todd Champion's feet were in the ropes, and he's whatever, this match sucks.
Vegas with one big high impact move and a bona fide short.
I know he's rolling the dice. But I kind of think he was doing that to do like the jerk-off motion and be able to get away with it on TV.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
This is not what you want in a shave. Now you've got the edge. With 6 rich lubricants for less irritation, you've got...
Hey, Patrick Warburton. We saw him the other night.
5 fluid ounces of rich ice cream and a coating made with delicious milk chocolate.
Like, think about how cool your job must be. You get to pretend to fight for a living, and you get to go on TV and do this.
For Nintendo and Game Boy, based on the Schwarzenegger mega hit, Save the World from Judgment Day, from LJN.
By the way, shout out to my SSRI gang. Got an uppage and dosage the other day.
He was just a kid in the
Made me
crowd,
sleepy as fuck.
but he cheered his heart out for me.
Barry Windham up next.
M&M's, the milk
Yeah, I love to
chocolate melts in your
eat
mouth.
M&Ms after a
Worldwide
bike and
sponsor of
9-mile
the
race.
Olympic Games. Hey kid, we won.
Hey kid, we won.
Get ready for the hottest new cards in the world. Sizzling new for 92. Donruss, a radical redesign.
Yeah, they did air the finish, didn't they? Fuck's sake.
Rookie and elite cards so great, they're almost too hot to handle. The sizzling new 92 Donruss cards. They're turning the collecting world
Upside down.
No one packs a
Yeah, I don't think we really give a shit about the Olympics anymore.
It takes desire and
Unless, like, one of our American athletes wins, like, 17 gold medals.
centers can help you break the mold.
Exactly, Jonathan. We do support mental health care.
The total bodybuilding system for serious workouts. It's all here. Supplements, diet and training manual, even a videotape. The cyber
Even a videotape.
Satisfaction
Miracle on Ice, was that 84? 82?
authority in sports nutrition products.
Mommy says to clean in
80.
proper order. Glasses, silverware, dishes, then pans.
Pork grease.
Mommy never says you, Daddy.
Because Dawn cleans the greasiest grease. Dawn breaks it up and takes it away.
I think we were into the female breakdancer from Australia for like 2 days.
Let's do what Mommy would do. See? The glass isn't greasy. Neither are my hands.
It goes there.
I thought your mother was tough.
Dawn takes grease out of your way.
The family reunion.
Pretty soon you'll be taller than your sister.
One of the
Like, I saw people dressing up as the Australian breakdancer for like Halloween, and I'm like, your time came and went. This thing did not have the heat to burn through Halloween. Mommy says do a lot, kiddo. You're just in the other room when she does it. How is he shirtless? It's Emmett Smith.
Look for the stars, and you'll find
The most random, like fucking Vlade Divac.
Kurt Plus in the locker room. It cleans, conditions. It's great. And one day they switched. This one said it was a 2-in-1, but it didn't condition as well.
Hell yeah, Vlade Divac Appreciation Station.
Some others don't fully
Jerry Van Dyke,
Kurt Plus's microbead
fucking Brooke Shields and Emmett Smith. Reggie Jackson was shirtless.
My Pert Plus goes with me.
Pert Plus, your hair.
I think it was 4 years ago or 8 years. Yeah, it was 8 years ago. I was really into Olympic soccer. Like, I'm gonna become a soccer fan, and then I just didn't. But I really fucking loved soccer for like 3 weeks. Randy Starr. Kind of like how you call a big guy tiny. How the fuck do you know what that guy's hometown is? Randy Starr.
Could be a very big weekend here on TBS for the
Oh, Randy, buddy, you weren't supposed to get up.
Steve Austin, 2 out of 3 falls on WCW Saturday night.
Barry already seems done with this guy. Yeah, that is another thing. Is the fact that we have the on-demand live everything now. So it doesn't really fucking matter what airs in prime time. So yeah, now we're just watching our own niche sports.
I can tell you today, he's thinking about becoming
That is a good point.
WCW World Television Champion. Wyndham, whose right hand had to be basically reconstructed.
Yeah, it is. I feel like there are a couple of shows that kind of break that divide. But for the most part, yeah, there's no event viewing anymore. By the way, I love The Pit. We just finished The Pit this week. Great show.
In Atlanta, 9 o'clock, there's that big lariat.
Oh, shit.
Our radio program will begin at 9 o'clock Eastern. Can be heard in 37 states on AM 750 WSB. Last week we had a very interesting show with Cactus Jack. And more surprising,
Yay.
as Barry Windham has Star up on top.
There we go.
The big man floats over and wins it easy.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I do need to watch that, Brian. Jason Mantzoukas on Taskmaster is going to be insane.
And we're going to be talking about, believe it or not, divorce on the Wrestling Hotline. Missy does the mail.
By the way, he's referring to Macho Man and Elizabeth. They had just separated at this time. That's who's getting divorced. There you go.
Indianapolis.
Hey, to give Barry credit, he married an heiress. So he just didn't have to give a shit about working out.
Distant places to put craftsman tools to the test.
I saw Barry this weekend. He
take the torture even guys like you dish out.
He's aged very comfortably.
Craftsman hand tools, made in America, guaranteed forever.
I don't know if I believe Rick, but it was around that time that, yeah, Liz and Randy split up. I'm not sure if it was the day of Mania. That seems a little convenient. But yeah, it was around that time.
Against the maniacal forces of all these dangerous alive. Wrestle War 92. War Games. Sunday, May 17th, live and only on
All-time great show.
Call your local cable operator for availability.
Yeah, Barry seemed very happy. Hanging out with Arn, and like Tully was there. I don't know for sure, but that sounds about right. That sounds like Randy to be following Liz to the hotel when she was staying with the Hogans. Hey, Seinfeld, hello.
Tuesday on CNN.
It takes
This guy is country's new voice.
to break out of the mold of an average body. General Nutrition Centers can help you break.
Why was he
the mold.
wearing
With
shorts?
Cybergenics, the total bodybuilding system for serious workouts. It's all here. Supplements, diet and training manual, even a videotape.
Maybe up
The
their
Cybergenics
70s.
bodybuilding kit. Satisfaction guaranteed. GNC, the authority.
Why was he? Because he broke the mold.
The PB in PB Max doesn't mean Penguin Black Belt. Nope, the PB means peanut butter, covered in milk chocolate with a hearty crunch in every bite.
Again, why is he wearing a coonskin cap?
Peanut butter.
Yes, the question is, why was he wearing shorts? You think he'd be naked holding himself like that?
Real fruit juice.
Welcome back to the Power Hour. I'm Missy Hyatt.
Oh, Missy has her eyesight back.
The Dangerous Alliance has become the most successful and hated organization.
The most successful and hated organization.
CEO and resident jerk,
CEO.
Paul E. Dangerously, has not been too pleased with Larry Zbyszko in recent bouts. But I don't think this has been all of the Crunchers' fault. Recently,
All of the
Zbyszko
Crunchers'
and beautiful
faults.
Bobby wrestled the Freebirds. Here's what happened.
I didn't see any titty hanging out.
I think, yes, he did. Zbyszko made the tag, and he countered to the neck breaker of his own on PSAs. Still to come, our big six-man tag team event. Near fall there. The balance of the Dangerous Alliance.
I don't like Michael Hayes in the knee highs.
Stunning Steve Austin and Arn Anderson.
A little too Tia Carrera
The
for
C-Man,
me.
Marcus Alexander Bagwell and Brad Armstrong. That six-man match still to come in this broadcast.
All right, Brian. By the way, congrats to you and Marla on the new pup. He looks very lovely. Seems like a lovely, lovely boy.
Four veteran competitors. Not making a lot of mistakes.
All right, we'll see you next week, my dude.
And beautiful Bobby interrupting the countdown.
Have a good one.
Brings in Hayes to the
Looking forward to lots of pictures of that pup on Instagram.
Medusa now coming in. Oh, she kicks Zbyszko.
Up.
Medusa kicks Zbyszko in the head with that karate kick.
The old Mirko Krokop.
With a belly-to-back suplex. And they got the... Did they get the cover? Yes, they did.
Even though Zbyszko lost the fall, it appeared to me that What's-Her-Name and Eaton
What's her
also
name?
at fault. After that
And
bout,
the
when
ugly
Paul
one.
E. denied there were any problems within his group. And we know he never lies. Not. Anyway, Baldy signed for Zbyszko to wrestle Nikita Koloff, another bald man, on WCW Saturday night. Dangerously was adamant at the beginning
That's the
of
funniest thing
program
she's ever
that
said.
Everything was just
Another
fine.
bald man.
What a liar. Let's go to the closing moments of the deciding fall of that bout, and then I got another
Nikita
scoop.
Koloff, another bald
Dangerously and
man.
Zbyszko exchanged some very strong words on their way back to the locker
Somewhere
room.
down the line. Well, that Russian sickle, that's his...
That Russian skull.
Something in the right now. Dusa distracting Koloff momentarily, but not for long.
That was the first offensive move Nikita Koloff has made in a good while right there. Watch out here now. Watch out here.
Watch out here. Now watch out here.
Trip right there. Paulie tripped Koloff. Medusa's got the referee distracted over here. Paulie tripped Koloff as he was set to deliver the Russian sickle. And look at
Oh.
What a shot, baby. What a shot.
What a sickle by another bald man.
Unbelievable.
The winner of the match, Nikita Koloff.
I didn't hire Johnny McMahon.
I love this hallway. The most underrated entrance set ever.
Would I Anderson have done it? No. Would Bobby have done it? Come on! Will you get out of here?
Whoa! Hey, Missy Hyatt gets the real scoop. There is trouble in paradise, and I plan to stay right on top of this story. Dangerously says that his outburst with the Cruncher was merely a misunderstanding between spirited personalities. Please, where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm Missy Hyatt.
There's fire.
Missy does the mail.
Do, 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 do. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because we are getting late
Accurately simulate free weights.
at night.
Flex Gold costs
Everybody would like to go to bed
less
soon.
than Soloflex. Call now to order your Nordic Flex Gold, the ultimate strength training machine for the ultimate body.
From Vidal Sassoon, Ultra Care.
Vidal
The benefits of
Sassoon.
shampoo, conditioner, and finish.
Tale of life after death. Dead and buried. That's all tonight on
Yeah, it is way past my bedtime. Alright, this is our main event. Terry Taylor. Hey, he's wearing the full costume this time, and not just a blazer. The Z-Man?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Power Hour. This should be an outstanding contest.
Yeah, I gotta be at work in less than 9 hours.
On behalf of the United States Tag Team Champions, that man, the tailor-made man. Let's go back up to Gary, Michael, the Pettit.
That's insane. Thank you for staying up that late, G-Matt. Yeah, this is the $1 Million Man Taylor's version. Ba-da-down, ba-da-da-down. The Z-Man.
Great ovation for the Z-Man, extremely popular.
Yeah. It's national TV right here. Please applaud me. Hell yeah. Especially with all the issues at the beginning. Shout out to G-Matt. Oh, Terry Taylor's a pretty big Bruce Pritchard's a big fucking stooge. I mean, he's still Vince's stooge after all that shit.
We're going to have news
NWA.
We're going to have news about Sting and
Yeah, Terry Taylor's commentary on the AWF fucking sucked. We get it. You bought tearaway pants, you weirdo.
in WCW, all on the Wrestling Hotline until midnight tonight. That interview with Sting at his home will air on the
Johnny Ace is a huge
As we
stooge.
mentioned earlier, from Sting's home
Such a big stooge that when the lawsuit came up, he's like, I'll be anybody's stooge for enough money.
on the main event tomorrow at 6:05 Eastern Time. So we're just kicking off a great weekend here, and glad you're a part of it. Nice shoulder block by the tailor-made man, goes to the far side. Good hip block takeover.
Seinfeld, it's the Z-Man Tom Zink against the tailor-made man, Terry Taylor. Michael Hayes is a pretty fucking big stooge.
Gain a lot of momentum here in the early going.
Jeepers Queefers, thank you so much for the follow. Hell yeah.
Z-Man has been very, very crisp
Hell yeah, yes, Jeepers. I'm here every Tuesday at 9 p.m. and then every other Sunday at 8 p.m. for Off the Grid, where we watch all sorts of weird wrestling shit that doesn't have copyright shit involved. So yeah, every Tuesday and every other Sunday. Hope to see you out. Jeepers.
Flying Brian for the light heavyweight championship.
Yes. Another deep cut, my man. Perfect main event for the Z show. Hogan is a stooge.
Nice counter move.
He's just a stooge that has stooges.
Counter wrestling here. Great crowd, as you can see. There's just really nothing like going to a live WCW event, wherever it may be.
Especially at that scat arena.
Great action coming up in the next few weeks. I know the fans.
Whoever's whistling at this hammerlock, come on, grow up. Hammerlock pervert.
Virginia tomorrow night. Talk about Atlanta, Georgia, center stage on Monday.
So Twitch doesn't have any fucking rules when it comes to streaming. My only concern with copyright is when it comes to YouTube. And even then, like, there are times, like, I can't stream it live, but like, a lot of the time with WCW stuff, I just can't monetize it, but I can upload the VODs. Hey, Captain Cannibalism. So Off the Grid is those are the streams I can monetize on YouTube. WCW Deep Cuts Live, I only really make money off of the Twitch subs. Dude, I could be streaming whatever's on CBS right now on Twitch, and it'd be fine. They used to be real weird about music, but I've never had an issue with music. And I've played some stuff. Yeah, people were streaming WrestleMania. People stream Raw and SmackDown every week. I've streamed movies. There are a lot of people that have streamed movies on Twitch. Pretty much every major sporting event, every UFC, you can find somebody streaming on Twitch. Twitch just does not give a shit.
Taylor may wear a 34 or 5-inch sleeve on one arm and a couple of inches longer on the other, that left one. After this one's said and done. Taylor with a
little bit of sleeve humor from Jim Ross. Justin TV was fucking wild.
And Taylor almost pinned there. Z-Man maintaining his control. And against the more experienced Taylor, all Z-Man's trying to do is really keep control of the tempo, but not allow himself to be put into a position where Taylor can capitalize on an error. And Taylor's left arm.
Yeah, I follow a channel that
has been damaged to what
just posts old wrestling, and it used to just be like territory stuff that WWE didn't own. And then they just randomly started streaming like ECW stuff from the network, from Peacock. And it was just fine. They haven't lost their channel.
Sleeper applied by the tailor-made man. And Z-Man falling into the ropes. Referee calling for the break. That wasn't a clean break. But I guess that's nothing new as far as Taylor's concerned. The Z-Man comes back with a couple of right hands. He's losing his temper. And he's tossed right out.
Yeah, I think WWE does not give two shits about Twitch. At all.
Taylor follows him right out.
At all.
And we'll see if he can widen his advantage here. Z-Man ran into the steel. Taylor trying to get the circulation back in his left arm.
That's crazy. That you can monetize live ESPN sports on YouTube. That's crazy. I need to get in on that shit.
Taylor with a knee drop right to the back of the head.
I could find Raw, SmackDown, or NXT every week, and it's normally from the same channel. So
Not beat around the bush.
let's just be idiots that are getting their stuff pulled.
George Bush or Bill Clinton or somebody.
Yeah, we were talking about Mongo a little bit ago. R.I.P. to a real one, Mongo McMichael. Oh yeah.
What is your relationship with Sting?
My condolences to the McMichael
He will
family.
be asked on WCW Saturday night. And if he starts off with "Read My Lips," we're going to commercial break. Taylor Irish Rapido
Oh.
caught it. Taylor came charging in, and the Seaman at the last moment got the foot up.
Inziggity.
Spinning martial arts kick, lateral.
Or a spinning martial arts kick. Whichever you want to say.
Seaman using his martial arts, trying a headlock takeover.
You know those famous Tom Zink martial arts
That was a great
that he totally used all the time?
counter by the tailor-made man. Trying to get a cheap pin there, didn't get it. And neither did the Seaman for that matter.
Hey, I'm 37, so I'm with you. Yeah, I was talking about the territory wrestling is what I was talking about. I love territory wrestling. Great Twitch channel.
WCW as an option, as a career option. We'll talk to him about that tonight as well. The National Football League draft coming up tomorrow.
Why the fuck are these two doing a test of strength? Especially at the end of their fucking match.
Hopefully we'll be able to talk to Bill on our radio program on AM 750 WSB tomorrow night at 9 o'clock. Good counter by the Seaman. That was a belter-back suplex.
I love that every once in a while, every few weeks, we all just recite how old we are and get sad for like 5 minutes. It's like a regular thing on these streams. I love that.
Of course, in the heat of battle, little things like that sometimes are often neglected.
Ah! He just kicked him in the nuts in front of the referee.
Especially by the Seaman.
That's not a DQ. I don't know what the hell is. Just bring a knife to the ring.
Referee reprimanding the tailor-made man.
Yeah, the Halliburton. Get off the ropes. That's Nick Patrick's gimmick.
Tough week physically. Still in a lot of pain, and I'm anxious to hear his comments from his home, which we'll have tomorrow on the main event.
Oh, well, hey, another Ric Flair spot that he stole.
Almost had him there. And the tailor-made man up.
This match has gone on way too long. That's awesome, Jimmy. I need to find that one.
Another near fall.
I hope that's legit that you do have a race car bed. Oh, you have a race car. They said a race car bed. I'm like, shit, yeah. No, this is the last match. We're ending it on a banger. Real barn burner here.
Did not follow up with a cover.
Yeah, I'm in the worst shape of my life. Oh, it's Greg Valentine just to make us sadder. He ran out just to get kicked in the mouth. Why are these fans so fucking excited for Greg Valentine? He just, right again, Randy Eller, come on. It's WCW. You absolutely got paid for that spot. Greg the Casting. What a disappointing match. Love the WCW set just being a curtain in one spotlight. Again, right in front of the referee saw it.
As we mentioned, fans, don't forget to join us later today. It's WCW Saturday night.
That was the main event.
My good friend, All-Pro of the Atlanta Falcons, number 79, Big Bill Fralick. And we're also going to see a supreme matchup for the television championship, 2 out of 3 falls. Barry Windham, stunning Steve Austin. That's just a part of our broadcast later today.
Just a part of it, baby.
Don't forget, the big main event tomorrow with Tony Schiavone, Magnum TA, and Missy Hott starts at 6:05 Eastern
We're just
time.
showing the other show, so we're out. Hey, thanks, gang, for hanging out for the last 2 hours. Again, we went a little later than I'd like. Hopefully next week we don't have any issues at the beginning. Right when I solved the one issue, another issue came up. That's my life. But yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. I'm back Sunday for Off the Grid on YouTube and Twitch, watching some weird-ass indie wrestling from Indianapolis in 1995. But like I always like to end these with, I'd love for you to be here next Tuesday, but even if you can't make it, just make it to next Tuesday. That's all I'm asking. 7 days. I'm gonna try my hardest. Shit's hard. I got a cold right now. Fucking sucks. And I got other shit going on in my life that sucks. But I'm gonna try my hardest to be around, to be on Earth next Tuesday, and I hope you do too. My name's Tom, right there. Sundays Off the Grid, 8 p.m. Off the Grid. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. Go to bed.